Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel and to another episode of Flute Life with KTFlute. So today I wanted this to be kind of a candid, casual, sit-down talking video. I've got my morning coffee and I thought that I would just talk to you guys about a few things that have been on my mind lately. So if you're interested in this type of video, keep watching. If you only want to see me playing my flute, you can click away. But I thought that I would chat with you guys about how this time with the quarantine and the coronavirus is affecting me personally and how it's affecting other classical musicians. So if you're into this type of thing, keep watching. So right now I am at my parents' place in Pennsylvania. For those of you who don't know, I left New York, I think tomorrow it's going to be 7 weeks ago, which is crazy. The time really flew by quickly. It feels like I've been here forever, but at the same time it feels like it's not been that long at all. I'm super fortunate that I was able to leave the city and get out of there, get out of my smaller apartment and to be here in Pennsylvania where there's a lot more nature, there's a lot more space, and it's really nice to be with my family during this time, and also my boyfriend Jeremias. For those of you who don't know him, he has come here from Pittsburgh to the other side of the state where my parents live, and my sister's here from Chicago, so it's also nice that she was able to escape the larger city. So I know that I am very fortunate to be here and to be able to have left New York and to be with my family and my loved ones during this time. I have some friends that are living by themselves, and I think that's a really tough situation. Even if you are really independent and are fine living on your own, I think that I am, it still is nice to be around other people and have some social interaction. But yeah, so back 7 or 8 weeks ago when things started to get really bad in the city, my parents were like, you should really think about coming home. And I was like, why? It's gonna be okay, like this isn't gonna last that long, but here we are. And obviously, like all the other musicians or anyone who's working out there, our gigs have all been canceled, concerts are canceled. I'm only teaching online lessons right now. And at first, just like everyone else, all of you that have had plans that have been canceled, I was pretty upset and was like, I had all these gigs, I had all these engagements coming up. There were a lot of things that I was really excited about, and I felt like some things were just starting to take off. I think it's very easy to be super upset and bitter about it at first, but there's obviously nothing that you or I can do about this, and you kind of just have to make peace with it. And I think right now I've definitely made peace, and I've just kind of had to accept the fact, like everyone else, that we don't know when live concerts will be possible again. And you can either be really anxious and stressed about that, or you can kind of just let it go and think about other ways that you can use this time when we're not performing in person. Yeah, so anyway, I was feeling really bummed in the beginning, and it just kind of felt horrible that things all of a sudden were really out of my control and things were being canceled left and right. But now I'm realizing that this is a universal experience, and it's a bit comforting to realize that. And the other week I had the opportunity to join this online webinar with Nicholas Paulson, and he is a coach for musicians. He works with subjects like performance anxiety, things like that, and he made this really awesome point. It's the illusion of control is what we've lost. We've always been in this position of not having control. It's just an illusion. We think that we can find stability in certain jobs, like we think orchestra jobs are the most stable, but right now the orchestras aren't playing. That's just one example, but just realizing that nothing is under our control, and it never was, and that that's okay, and that we've been dealing with this our whole lives. And especially in the music industry, we are in a career that has many ups and downs, and there's really no one way to go about having a music career, and that in a way we've been kind of training for this our whole lives, which I think is pretty awesome to think about and to realize. But yeah, I just wanted to share that tidbit with you guys. I'll put Nicholas's Instagram and his website in the description box below in case you guys want to check out any of his stuff. He has a lot of really great things to say on the subject matter, and of just kind of going with the flow and accepting the unknown right now. So for me personally, I think that I have felt almost a great sense of relief in a way, and I feel a bit guilty about that because I really am living my best quarantine life right now, and I feel really horrible saying that because I know a lot of people are suffering, and I know a lot of people are sick, a lot of people are dying, but having this pause, I think we can look at it as something really negative and just counting down the days and being filled with anxiety until when we can get back to the real world and get back to performing in concerts, or we can kind of accept it and use it for other ways. And I think that right now I'm allowing myself to work on other projects that maybe before I would think were not the best use of my time, either because that's what I actually think or what society is telling me, or whatever you want to call it. But being in this pause has really let me discover the things that I personally value and the things that I want to continue to keep in my life going forward after this. I really enjoy the time that I have to be more creative and to connect with you guys here on YouTube. And I think that now I'm realizing, as everyone out there is now trying to hop on YouTube and Instagram and just really upping their social media game, which I think is great. I think I'm realizing that, hey, this is okay to be doing this all along, and this is completely valid. And if this is one of the directions that I am taking my musical career in, it's okay. And of course, I think I've known that all along, but it's just interesting that that's coming up for me right now. And I think in a way I'm almost busier than I was when gigs and concerts and rehearsals were still happening, but now it's just all projects that I've taken on myself, apart from all of my students and taking on more students online. So with teaching, I am spending a lot of time working on creating content for you guys here and just kind of running with it and allowing myself to be creative. And it's also great to get to work on other hobbies that maybe I don't allow myself to work on normally because I think I should be practicing or doing something else, or all the things I should be doing. For example, studying Spanish. I have been working with an online tutor, and that's something that I'm really passionate about, and that I'm glad that I'm letting myself explore that hobby. And I think I've just been able to realize in this time the things that I want to keep in my life after this pause is over, and how things could be different moving forward, and just using my time in the way that I want to use it. And another thing that's been on my mind lately has been about some of my friends and acquaintances and just people that I know of that are seriously considering a change in career. They really think that it's going to take a long time for the music industry, classical music industry, to get back on its feet, if it does. And it is definitely a concern. It's pretty difficult to imagine big concert halls being filled up. It's difficult to imagine that a lot of the smaller ensembles that don't have as much funding will survive through this, and I'm hoping that they do, but it's of course a real possibility that they might not. And I think it's a scary time, especially for freelancers out there. Everything is uncertain. We're already in a career that is super uncertain, and now we're taking it to another degree of uncertainty. But I think I've been thinking about the things that are in my control. Like, what can I do? I can practice. I can improve my playing. I can teach online. I can grow my studio. I can create more content for my social media accounts. I can revamp my website. There's so many things that are within your power that you can do. But I know that it is very scary and uncertain, and I know that I am extremely lucky to still have a large percentage of my income from teaching and from social media. And I know that that's not necessarily the case with a lot of my fellow freelancers. So until things start up again with performances and such, I am in a fine place, and I know that I'm super lucky to be able to say that. So I'm very grateful for that. So that's more of my perspective from the freelancer side. And for Jeremias, he is currently in the Pittsburgh Symphony, and they are obviously not performing right now. And in the fall, he is supposed to join the Metropolitan Opera Orchestra as their principal second violin. I'm so proud of him. I'm gonna cry. But no, I'm super proud of him. He's one of the hardest working people I know. He's incredible. But I'm gonna cry. But yeah, so he's in a bit of a different situation because he is not on the freelance side of things. So he's just really waiting for the big orchestras to decide what's going to happen. It's basically just a waiting game, and it's kind of like on a week by week, day by day basis right now to see when concert halls are going to reopen. So I think for him, it's a bit of a different situation. I think with orchestra jobs, we assume that there's a lot more stability, but this all just makes you realize that nothing is stable and that anything could go away at any time, and that it really isn't in our control, and that all we can do is worry about ourselves and take it day by day and work on what we can do personally, if that makes any sense. Which goes back to what I was saying about practicing and just doing the things that are in your control. But like I said before, the control thing is an illusion, but there are some things that are within our control to a degree, and practicing and figuring out our own personal things is one of them. And also, I wanted to say, if you don't feel like practicing during this time, you don't have to. There's a lot of that toxic productivity culture type thing going on with people being like, if you don't have new skills coming out of quarantine, you wasted your time and lacked discipline. And I think that that's really toxic and unhelpful. If you feel moved to do that, if you feel moved to practice and to create things or whatever, then you should certainly do it. And if you don't. Okay, sorry, my battery died, but we're back. What was I saying? Oh, so if you feel moved right now to practice or to create or to learn a new skill or work on a hobby, that's great. All the power to you, go for it. But if you don't, I think that's also okay. So just remembering that this is a difficult time and to be patient and gentle with yourself. And I'm saying that kind of to myself too, because I am kind of a workaholic. I didn't really realize that until I'm here with my family and they're like, all you do is work all the time. I think that it's good to also take a step back and to be gentle and kind with yourself during this time, because it is tough. It is emotionally draining. Yeah, so do what you have to do. So I just wanted to put some of this out there and maybe open up the conversation for you guys if you want to leave some stuff in the comments. I also am trying to open up our own Reddit page where we can post whatever you want. You can ask questions over there. You can post videos of you playing, but I do have to wait until I've had my page open for 30 days, I think. But hopefully that should be happening within a few weeks, and if that's something you guys are interested in, please let me know. But I think it would be great to have a place where we can all discuss whatever we want, music related, not music related. So like a Flute Life Reddit or katieflute Reddit, I'm not sure what I would call it yet, but that's something that I have been working on and trying to plan for you guys. But anyway, I just wanted to put this out there and just let you guys know that you're not alone if you're struggling emotionally or otherwise, that I'm here for you and I will try to support you in any way that I can. So I'm glad I could sit down with you guys and just chat kind of openly and candidly. I hope that you're all doing okay. I would love to support you in any way if I can. I'm not really sure what more I can do. Just keep making my videos. I know a lot of you have said that you really look forward to them, my Etude videos especially, and that makes me feel really great about what I'm doing, and it makes me want to keep moving forward and to keep creating even when I don't feel super inspired. Just knowing that you guys are out there and you're watching, that really helps me when I am in a creative rut. Yes, I hope you guys are hanging in there. Let me know if there's any other topics that you want me to discuss. If you like this format of video, this more casual, just speaking type video. So I hope you guys are all hanging in there, and I will see you in my next video.